Welcome back everyone to another video, and in this video I'm going to go through some assets that you should be picking up in 2026. And I often find that a lot of investors, a lot of smart individuals actually overlook these opportunities because these aren't the flashy houses that you normally purchase for. But when you're talking about tight budgets, good yields, and in good regional areas, these assets are a must in your portfolio. Now, I have done a video similar to this previously, but I want to reiterate the point because I think these assets are some of the best to purchase and hold for a long period of time. And let's get straight into the first example here, where we have this one in North Albury. Now, for those of you who don't know, Albury has been performing staggeringly over the past 12 months or so, with close to 10 to 20% growth across some of these markets. And when you look at an asset like this, it's a tidy brick asset, a decent quality interior, nothing too flashy, could do with a cosmetic reno to uplift the equity, but overall a nice and tidy property that you can buy and hold for a really long period of time. And when you look at this asset, you can see it's on a decently quiet street and there's only 2 blocks on this property itself. And you can see that on this block there's only a couple of units, a 2 to 3 to 4 units max on this block of property, which means it's a low density townhouse itself, which is a great thing for us as an investor because these are the sort of townhouses slash unit blocks that we would normally go for if we're on tighter budgets and good yields. And something like this will still appreciate in the long term. And when you start to look at the rental returns of an asset like this is a 3x1 unit block slash townhouse. And when you look at the rental properties, this is a house going for 550, 500 in North Albury. Just trying to see if there's any townhouses. This one is 500 per week, a very similar sort of block, 3x1. So roughly when you put the numbers in your property sheet, so 505k purchase price, roughly 20,000 in stamp duty, 20% deposit. At $500, you're getting above a 5.15% yield. So a very strong return on your investment. And then when you really run the numbers with the property like this, you're only about negative 6 to 7k before tax considerations, and after tax considerations, assuming you're purchasing on personal income, you're getting about negative $4,000, which is not too bad to actually hold an asset when people are currently buying in Melbourne at 2 to 3% yields, where the cash flow is negative $20,000 to $30,000 per year. And don't get me wrong, this might not grow as strongly as you would if you were to buy a house in Albury, where houses normally grow at 7 to 9% per year over a long period of time. This might only grow at 5%. But when you're talking about where can I find good quality assets that I can hold for a long period of time at a decent budget with higher yields than normal, this is the perfect asset you could be looking for. It's literally 500k or so. It gets you about 5% yield, and it gets you into one of the most prime regional locations, in my opinion, in the whole country, which is Albury Wodonga. And you can hold this asset for a long period of time and do very, very well. And I have more examples to actually show you guys. But before I do go into those examples, I do have a new service slash product that I want to introduce to you guys just to get a feeler of how valuable this service would be. If you need your properties reviewed, something like this asset, or you have another house that you want to be reviewed by myself, you can actually now go and do that without having to join the community. Each property that you want reviewed is literally $10. All you have to do is just go purchase it, put in your property address that you want for review, and I will review that within 24 hours, send you an email with my review, which will come in a paragraph format with my red flags, pros and cons, and what I overall think of the property, so that you have confidence when going to actually purchase an asset like this. And when you're buying a $500,000 to $1 million asset, spending $10 to get a review and an opinion done can certainly help you make the right decision going forward. All right. So if you have any comments, questions, you can reach down to me in the comments below, or you can just email me as well. But let's go into the next example, guys, because I have more to show you. Now, I have this one here, 2/110. I'm not going to even try to say the name of that street, but it's in Shepparton, right? Now, Shepparton, as we know, is already growing. It's performing very, very well in Victoria, and it's probably going to perform well over the next 6 to 12 months as well. And you have an asset like this. It's clear it's a townhouse with 2 other blocks nearby it as well. It is sort of a modern-ish property, but it's got a decently old interior, but a nice brick structure. Once again, you could manufacture some equity out of this home if you really wanted to. And this one was sold on the 8th of December 2025, $415,000. So super cheap cheap in terms of what you can buy in today's market. And you know what? It's got a decent land size of 218 square meters. It is a townhouse, a decent portion of land. And what's even great about this property is that it has no owner's corporation. So no strata, no shared expenses, and that is a win-win-win, right? And when you look at the potential rental returns for a property like this one's in Kyala for 520, that's a bit further away, 450 in Shepparton, 2x1, 500, which is 2x1 over here, 510, 490. There's a couple of rental returns that you could have a look at. This one is saying roughly 420 per week. So if I put that into our spreadsheet calculator, once again, $415,000, highest stamp duty is around 25K, 20% deposit, $420 is going to get you 5.26% yield. You might even get a little bit higher in Shepparton. 450 will get you above 5.5, right? But for conservative sake, let's say 420. Now you do have land tax in Victoria, so that's important to factor in. But a property like this, once again, only about negative 8K before tax and about negative 5K after tax or so, which once again, I had to negative 5K or so after tax returns, right? So once again, a very good property to be able to buy and hold for a long period of time. Not as good as Albury Wodonga for sure in terms of the location, Shepparton, but it's still a decent medium-term hold location that can yield you very, very good results. Now, I can't remember if this does fall under a flood zone. It might, or it might just be out, but you do have to be careful of that in Shepparton. But the point of the video rather is about the type of assets that you should be going for if you are on a lower budget and you have higher yield requirements. And something like this can do you very, very well. A nice brick asset, 5.5 to 5.2% yields, great long term. It will help your overall borrowing capacity and it'll help your scalability of your portfolio, and it will still grow in value over time. And that's the most important thing. It's not a unit, it's not a high density unit. It is a low density townhouse block on a set scarce piece of land that will continue to grow in value over time. And if I haven't made that point clear enough, I have another one to show you guys. Now, this one is in Dubbo. Now, Dubbo has been one of my more favorite locations in New South Wales to consider for investment. Once again, this is a nice, tidy townhouse, a brick townhouse. I love those on a concrete slab, a good interior. Like, you can rent these out straight away. I must admit, the bathroom is a little bit bougie for my liking with the green colors, but regardless, a good interior. You can see this has just got 2 blocks from what I can tell. Yeah, 2-block townhouse or unit slash on a nice corner block, corner street, very quiet street overall, a great looking property, a great looking asset. And something like this, when you start to look at the numbers of a property, 615, 500, this is more of a unit style block, 530, 420, 480. Look, I think just for conservative measures, when you put the numbers into the sheet, 475 purchase price, no LMI on 20% deposit, 25K roughly stamp duty. I think it might be a little bit cheaper from memory, no land tax, 450, close to a 5% yield. If you were to get a little higher, 475, that bumps you up to a 5% yield. And once again, in terms of cash flow, you're doing very, very well for yourself. Only about negative 7K, negative 4.5K after tax considerations. It's a good sort of asset that you want to be buying, purchasing, and holding. And right, once again, it may not grow at 7% like houses do, or 8% like houses do. But even if it grows at 5% over the next 30 years, you're still going to do very, very well for yourself. And once again, the higher the yield that you start off with, the quicker the property will become neutrally or positively geared. And that is so important for us as investors, because then it'll start to pay itself off. And something like this, once again, if you are on a lower budget, you need a higher yield, this is the type of assets you want to go for, right? So one thing I want you guys to take away from this video is not necessarily about the locations that I'm showing you, but the type of assets that you should be looking at if you have a lower budget and you have high yield requirements. And purchasing 500K in Albury for a townhouse block, it's an amazing opportunity. Whoever got this got a bargain, in my opinion. And the same thing with this Dubbo property. If this came up back on sale, I would snap it up in a jiffy, because things like this are valuable. And we often see townhouses have a latent lag effect of growth after the houses have grown in value, and there's a bigger discrepancy between them. And so if you have any questions, or you want your properties reviewed but you don't want to be part of the community, just simply go and purchase a property review from my site, guys. Type in your address that you need to be reviewed. I'll review it in 24 hours and I'll let you know, and I'll send you an email. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. Till next time, thank you very much.